What's up, Gemini gang? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. My name is Annie, and we're going to read your tarot cards. This is actually a second reading I'm doing for you because I misread one of the cards in your other reading. If I'm being honest, I don't think it changed the message at all, but you'll notice if you go and read the reading before this one, I use Labyrinth Tarot. And I was, Roman numerals trip me up sometimes, so I was reading the Six of Wands, I think is the Seven of Wands. Long story short, the message still stands. I think it was worth my posting for whoever needed to see it, so go ahead and watch that. With a critical eye, only take away what resonates, but I just did want to throw you another one, just because every now and then if I do notice a trip up, I want to be accountable for it. So here we go. Bonus messages for Gemini. For Gemini, what can we get in Gemini's message here? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Guys, please come into the reading with an open heart and open mind. And as I said, only take away what resonates, what fits your circumstance or scenario. Be open to it resonating in the future if it doesn't now. But you don't need to take action on anything that feels strange or foreign. In fact, I would recommend that you do not. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. You guys know the drill. Let's do it. High vibe messages for Gemini. What does Gemini need to hear? That one came tumbling out. Ooh, the Ten of Cups. Love it. And what a beautiful one, too. Absolutely love it. Ten of Cups typically represents long-term emotional connections. Certainly that could be with family, with your children. It could also be romantic. Some of you may be thinking about starting a family or taking some major step in terms of a long-term commitment. And then you have the Ten of Wands. So not a bad card by any means. It's almost like this final check-in with yourself of what would you need to release or sacrifice in order to make room for this new relationship, because for some of you it's already here. If that's the first card out, you may have someone in your life who really has a lot of long-term potential. For some of you, this is just the relief that you don't feel like you have to do it all on your own anymore. Others of you, it's asking, there may be a piece or a part of your old story, your old lifestyle that maybe you've just simply outgrown it. Maybe there isn't as much room for you to I don't know, go off and do that thing on your own all the time. It doesn't mean you can't do it here and there sparingly, but I almost sense that you're really looking at your long-term commitments. And for those of my Geminis who maybe prefer to be very autonomous or independent or to not have to check in or commit to schedules, it's possible some of you may be having a change of heart of, it's a small sacrifice to have to let go of that old lifestyle if it means that this is what I'm getting in return. You have 2 tens, so major completions of cycles. And I mean, the Ten of Wands can be tricky and challenging, but I mean, if something is cycling out in order for you to embrace this, whatever this is, the Ten of Cups, I don't know, I'm wanting to say, I think it's worth the trade, especially when we sort of look at the Queen of Pentacles here too. And I'm not saying that by being in some sort of formal commitment, you're having to give up all your independence. Of course, that's not what I'm saying, right? Everything in balance, everything in moderation. But yes, I almost think your long-term plans have changed. Yeah, actually, that's really interesting now that I'm looking at this. The idea of, excuse me, you may have had it set in your mind, in your head, that like you're getting to the top of this peak, this mountain, because you felt, it was your calling or your destiny to go there. I almost feel like this is one of those perfect examples of that saying, like, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey along the way, because I think some of you actually got introduced to somebody or met somebody along the way where you're kind of like, maybe I don't need to go to the top of this mountain, ascend this mountain, because I'm kind of chill and cool with what's happening here, and like I want to explore it. So that's what I mean. You may come to a point where it was like, I mean this in a positive way, you may have stayed longer than you thought with a certain person or in a certain chapter of your life, always with the idea that, okay, well, once I'm through with this, I'm going to go here. But I almost feel like the universe is like, stay a while. Like, why are we trying to rush this? Like, something really good has come into your life. And so, again, to be very clear, I'm not saying you have to abandon or give up or anything regarding your long-term dreams. I'm not saying no. Of course I'm not. But there might be some balance of a certain timeline. I need to do this, or maybe it doesn't have to be in that city or that job. Maybe I can utilize all these beautiful blessings that I have around me and build something really solid here, or at least allow it to provide me some sort of stability in, I'm sort of getting fixed energy here, longer than I would have thought or longer than I anticipated. We have to remember with the Pentacles, it's earth energy. It's rooted. It's solid. It's slow though, isn't it? It's slow moving. It's not sort of that quick, fiery, impulsive thing. wands, right? Earth is like, yeah, let's plant the seed and see what happens here. Yeah, I think this is a really positive message, but I do think some of you are ending up changing your long-term plans, or just simply where you saw yourself in the future, or where you thought your life was headed. I think you are pleasantly surprised, but I think it does defy your expectations a little bit, which is really, really interesting. Really cool message. Who is involved in this Ten of Cups? For some of you, it could be that maybe your significant other got a job, right? And something about that job, maybe it's impacting your financial situation, or maybe it's impacting your location, or, you know, fill in the blank. Something, yeah, absolutely. It has to do with some sort of, I am wanting to say romantic connection, but we can say emotional connection too. There could be something significant happening with your family. There's a couple messages coming through here. Again, really want to underscore the fact this is a positive message. So it's not to say some of you aren't going through it in other areas of life, but there's some sort of positive, romantic or emotional impacting, is that even a word, impacting connection, that again, something about your future plans of this is where I'm going, you're like, oh, I kind of want to stay here, or I kind of want to go down this other rabbit hole or explore what's here for me because it feels so nice. Gemini, allow yourself to feel the nice things. Immerse yourself in that, right? I will say too, for some of you, and I don't ever predict this on my channel, but you know, if it resonates, take it. A lot of you may have really been struggling with sort of the burdens attached to having an ill family member, particularly maybe a mother figure of sorts. And it could be that it's been sort of an ongoing battle. And again, I don't predict death. That's not what I'm asked to do here on my channel, but it could be one of those things where when God, what is that expression? When God closes a door, he opens a window. I could sort of see that too if you've really been struggling in one area of life, particularly regarding family, a mother, a grandmother figure. It could actually be that something about this, there was, I don't want to say fortuitous, but more or less you may encounter a romantic partner either while you're going through this very difficult, trying time, or it could happen, you know, parallel to each other or one after another. You know, for those of you who recently lost a parent or a family member, my heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry. And I'm not saying this will replace your pain. That's not at all what I'm saying. But what's coming through here is that there are blessings ahead of you. So if they're not in your life now, you know, take a breath and look around. Notice where you are, because there is a lot of sort of this, there's something kind of magical about this connection. So for some of you, you're already in it and thriving and loving it. And others of you, I think it's trying to come in. So again, just be open to that. So what was Gemini trying to ascend here at the top of the mountain? It's like you had your eye on the prize. And for some of you, it's just simply that you fell out of love with this idea. It's not that the universe is forcing you to take another route. Very honestly, it's by choice. It's something you really once valued or put on a pedestal. You're kind of like, I don't know if I need that in my life anymore because I feel so fulfilled doing this or being with this person. You know, I would always recommend don't put all your eggs in one basket. Of make sure your fulfillment doesn't come from the source of another person. Make sure you're doing something for you. Because you never know, right? If this person exits your life, make sure, you know, you weren't putting all your eggs in the basket with them, because then you're going to be disappointed. But let's see. Page of Pentacles. So children, does some of you have a change of heart about children, or something you were maybe going to study, or something, some sort of long-term career achievement. And for those of you who, if it resonates, this is something you know you would be dedicating years of your life to. And nothing wrong with that. I mean, that message art has already come up before, the idea of Pentacles. You're starting as a page here, so this is almost like working your way up, you know, the corporate ladder or something like that, only instead of, you know, being able to like network and you know, rely on favors or nepotism, something about this trajectory or this career path, you were really building it yourself. If maybe you were an entrepreneur building your own business. And again, I'm not here to say you can't. I would say something about this changes in a way that really works out to your benefit. Maybe someone ends up investing in your company, but then it becomes more of like a co-partnership. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe you find a different job almost and you find like your work family and you're like, my strive or my goals, my dreams to do it all my own. It's not that you can't, it's just you simply find joy and pleasure doing this. So you're like, again, I'm going to explore this before I go gung-ho on this. It's almost like the universe stops you in your track and asks, like, it's just asking you to check in with yourself, like why you're doing something, or why you are choosing to pursue something when there may actually be an option right in front of you. And I don't know if I want to use the word easier, more convenient, more pleasureful. It's like right in front of you versus having to hike up this mountain and go for that, whatever it is. I would also say too with this, you might be alone doing it. Success and accomplishment feels great, but I would say it feels even greater when there's someone to celebrate it with, right? You have your dog, you have your pet, right? But this could be a career or some sort of goal where there would be a tremendous amount of independence, yes, but also solitude. And I feel like I'm going to say it. It's, I don't mean to cast you in a stereotype here, but Geminis need people. Geminis need those connections. As an air sign, right? It's, you need something to inspire you. You need that sort of back and forth, that communication. Not always, of course, you can tell I have Gemini placements because I say one thing and then I go back on it to explain it in a different way. That's such a Gemini thing to do. So I only say that because I love you guys. I very much resonate with a lot of Gemini energy, but moderation is good. What are we coming from? Some of you may have been put in some sort of uncomfortable or awkward position where you felt you had to go through with something even though it wasn't your wish or your dream. It could have been something someone said years ago and you felt like you were being pigeonholed or held to it. And it could have had to do with family favors. Like, I have to inherit the family business because if I don't, my other siblings aren't going to do it. Yeah, for some of you, again, you have some sort of fortuitous connection or a person you meet where it changes your mind. You see things from a different perspective where I don't need to be at the top of the mountain. That's not my dream. That's not my wish. That's not my goal. I'm happy just sitting here under the tree with like my sweetheart, right? I don't like the Six of Pentacles. Typically, the Six of Pentacles is a fantastic card. This one, someone's not being honest. And maybe it's you, right? Maybe this is an internal energy. Maybe it's a little self-sabotagey or people-pleasing. That's really what this is. This idea that, like, I don't know, there's some sort of deal or exchange, possibly with money, land, property. It could be between family or siblings. And this person isn't showing you all that they got, and yet their hand is reaching out for more. So it's like this person does have something to offer. This person does have something to pitch in, and yet they're like, oh, no, I need something from you, Gemini. So I don't do fear-based readings, but there is something where you need to really be discerning about who you're trusting, especially in a matter of business deals. And for some of you, you know exactly what this is, and you feel like, possibly years ago, you got sold down the river, and now, this great offer, this great team dynamic, it could be these people exited that contract or broke the contract, and now you are left to carry all the pieces and do it for yourself. And I will say, for some of you, there's a part of it that you enjoy, but because it's showing up as the Page of Pentacles, it's smaller than you expected, or it's immature, like you still have a lot to learn, or there's a lot of room to grow. And maybe maybe your change of heart is that you're just willing to practice more patience. If you were, again, going gung-ho, extreme, all or nothing, I'm going to put all my time and effort into this little business because that's all I have. A lot of you are, you know what, like, I got to spend more time with the people I love. Especially, there's an energy here of needing to learn the very humbling lesson that life is fleeting. Not everything is promised or guaranteed in this life, so you have to make the most of every day. A lot of you may have had a very sobering experience losing a friend or a parent or something, and it reawakened you to understand I can do both. It doesn't have to be this all or nothing extreme energy. And I don't know. I don't want to make this sound like it's a negative reading because it isn't at all. This to me is like really beautiful. It just took you some time to finally see what was in your life, possibly all along. It could be something with an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could be someone who you were just always really good friends with and it possibly turns romantic. Or again, business partnership. I don't know, though. I mean, they're cuddling under a tree, right, Gemini? So let's just call a spade a spade. And please don't read into the gender. This could certainly be, male, male, or female, female, whatever, whoever it is you're interested in. The huge message here is you don't have to do it alone. A lot of you, I was getting this message of like your inner child is screaming. Something that you maybe were told you had to give up on many years ago because it was too immature, or it was too selfish, or it was too whatever, fill in the blank. A lot of you are realizing you've been carrying this burden of what you were told not to do, and it wasn't even what was in your heart. It was like I hate to use the word people pleasing, but that is what I'm getting. So relieve yourself of the burden. Make sure that what you're going after is actually what you want, not something that's been designed for you since birth, right? Very much almost like inheriting the family business universe or something of the sort. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. Some of you have a very strong connection with a grandmother or an aunt. And I don't know why that's coming through, but that's a confirmation for some of you here. I don't know. Something about family ancestry, or you may be very in tune if you're, not physical, a spiritual person. I heard metaphysical. If you're a spiritual person of any kind, you may have sort of a psychic connection with this family member. It might even be someone who has passed on. Sort of like an older spirit guide. You know that this person's watching over you, and I feel like this person was always on your team, or your cheerleader. I don't know who or what this is. I am kind of getting a family connection here, but if your parents were sort of assigning you to be this person and to, take on the burdens of the family and be this trailblazer, it could have been, your aunt or your grandmother, whoever this person was, being like, but what about you? What about what you want? This person was an excellent storyteller. They may have told you, stories in your youth or something that influenced you. This person almost has like this kind of fairy tale aspect to the world, but I think growing up you were told fairy tales don't exist. That doesn't happen for people like us. So you have to show up and do the work, right? But something about that contradicts it, and it brings back this memory of something you were told of. Almost like, I just keep getting at this fairy tale aspect. I don't know. I'm rambling. Gemini. What else do I need to tell you? This feels beautiful. I guess we'll do an oracle card. Try not to light my sleeve on fire here. Listen, you have spirit guides trying to communicate with you. Oh, those came right out. All right, control. That very much is appropriate for Scorpio season. Welcome to Scorpio season, guys and girls. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto and Mars. Very constant theme with those energies are control. Who or what in your life has been trying to control you? Where have you allowed yourself, maybe inadvertently, to be controlled by others? And where do you choose to take back your power? Also a very important word associated with Scorpio. Simply love. There is a lot of parent-child dynamics here, and it's not all bad by any means. There's something very adorable, like I don't know, the mushy water sign in me just wants to like help and nurture this little person. I don't know who it is, but maybe you're this little person. Maybe this is your inner child. Maybe this is the different versions of you. Simply love, and then open your heart chakra. Lots of kind of green energy here. And I am using Green Witch Tarot, so how about that? That color might be significant to you in the next couple days. Look around you. Where is the universe trying to communicate with you? They may actually be trying to communicate with you through colors, repetition of colors. And that could be, green. That could be someone's last name, or, look for green. Look for clovers, too. I don't know why I'm saying that, but something about that might be important. All right, gems, that's what I got for you. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, gems.